So I hope that I'm wrong, because breaking a broody hen is an ordeal. We have a very important new addition to the family. Country living. I love country living. Also, it's really fun to be the hairdresser for chickens. Today is just one of those days when farm life is rough. So this summer has been pretty good broodiness wise in my flock, because it's been such a chilly summer. We haven't had a lot of broodiness, maybe like once or twice or something. But I have a feeling that that's going to change. Because Cardi B has been making the noises of broodiness some of the time during this walk. And also I have seen her running away from Clara, which is what usually happens when Cardi B is broody, because Clara, the gray one over there, she hates broodiness in Cardi B and will beat her up because of it. So I hope that I'm wrong, because breaking a broody hen is an ordeal, especially one as stubborn as this lady. But yes, we shall see. We shall see. Maybe Clara will put an end to it. Because it is like super funny how Clara just hates Cardi B when she's broody. They're totally fine together, like when they're both normal, but when Cardi B is broody, Clara and like does the sounds of broodiness, the hoo 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 sound too close to Clara, then Clara will immediately attack. It's just she just said not on my watch. Are you gonna make the sound? Hear it? That's the broody sound. Girl, you haven't laid an egg in a week. More than a week. This is not the time to go broody. So I was in fact correct. It just took her like several days to become properly broody. But that means that we're going to jail. So this is where she will stay for likely a couple of days, and I even gave her an apple, which she can enjoy for as long as it takes her to like roll it out of the cage. But yes, she will stay there until she is no longer broody. And I'm not letting her hatch out any chicks because A, it's autumn, like it's going to be too cold for the chicks to survive. B, she would be a bad mother because the last time I gave her chicks, she tried to kill them. So C, because she would just neglect herself while sitting on eggs that are not going to hatch because I keep taking them away. She would just die from malnutrition, essentially, if I let her hatch anything out. So the broody jail is the answer. It's going to break her eventually, and then she's not going to go back into just chilling. Yes, because she doesn't really lay that many eggs.
veised, aga Eesti taasiseseisvumisega praktiliselt see populatsioon kadus, nii et ka Herefordi tõuguveistel sai.
I just got back from my favorite fair of the year, which is like at the Agricultural Museum, and it shows like all things agriculture and most importantly animals of all different kinds, like mainly like cattle and sheep, of course, and chickens and like geese and like just all the animals. And we have a very important new addition to the family. Can you see her? She's very stressed. It's okay. It's okay. She's a silky. You can't go anywhere. This is Mocha, everyone. She's a silky and she is 4 months old, and she will be a new addition to my flock. She will be a friend for Yeva, because otherwise Yeva would be the only silky and maybe she would get lonely. So I got her a friend. She's so cute. You're so cute. She's of course very stressed because she was part of the exhibition. Yeah. And how are we? You're so pretty. I love her so much already. She has a tag on her leg. I didn't notice that before. But she is beautiful. I'm calling her Mocha because of her color, and it's okay. So since I just got back from the city and I haven't walked the chickens yet, I'm going to let everyone else out. But I will be putting Mocha back in her little box because she doesn't know that this is her home yet. So she wouldn't like willingly go back to it like after the walk. So in order to make her understand that this is her new home, I will be keeping her inside at the coop, inside a cage for 2 weeks. And that has two purposes. One of them is that she will learn that this is her new home and to return to every night. And second, so that everyone else gets used to her and she gets used to them, so that hopefully there won't be any violence happening from you or against you. You also need a haircut, but I will do that some other day when you're more calm. But she's doing surprisingly well considering that she has been like at a very noisy fair all day, and now she is being handled by a strange woman who she doesn't know. But oh, and you're hot too. I'm sorry. So I will let everyone else out, put her back in the cage, back in the box, and then I will set up her little cage, or her big cage, I should say. I will introduce to her the nipple drinker later. I'm not sure if she has seen one before, so for now she is going to have just a bucket of water to begin with. She is a little bit hot, feeling hot, so I'm hoping that she'll drink more. I did dip her beak in it, so now you just need to get used to your new quarters, because this big cage is unfortunately where you're going to be staying for 2 weeks. Maybe sometimes I will add Yeva into your cage with you so that you can have a friend. But yes, this is your new life. This is going to be your new home. I hope you like it here. So I haven't been very up to doing things with my hobbies lately, especially this past weekend, because it was my birthday weekend. So I just celebrated with my family and friends, and it was just super fun, but I didn't do much with my hobbies and didn't film the celebrations either. So that's why there's no video last week. And yeah, I'm just slowly getting back into the groove of doing my hobbies. But I don't know, I think that my special interest of making yarn is sort of slowing down. Like I can feel it less, like being a little bit less like hyper fun for me. So maybe I will be moving on to knitting soon. We shall see. But today I have a different activity planned. Well, because I am still doing a little bit of gardening, lazy gardening. I have a bunch of garlic that needs to be processed so that it's ready for storage. Now this doesn't, now this bunch that I have, it's not a lot. It's not like a huge amount of garlic, but it is a decent amount, considering that, especially that I have already eaten a whole bunch of it. What, like I harvested this, I think, over a month ago. So it's been, so for the time being, it has been just drying in the shed, which is not like the best place to dry your garlic. It's like the best place to dry garlic would be to keep it in like a shaded but open area outside, and that is like not what a shed is, because an open area outside would have more airflow, and which would mean that it dries a lot quicker. But because it was drying in a shed, and I don't really have a good open aired area that would be sheltered from rain to like dry the garlic in, it's like the shed just had to do, and it just took a little bit longer for the garlic to dry out properly. Because what you're looking for, oh boy, these scissors, I don't know where my regular clippers are, so but yes, what you want to see is that when you cut this stem off here, is that there is no like a green ring when you cut it open like that. So these are properly dry now, and I can just take off the outer muddy layer like this, cut off the little hairs and the long boy, and then it will be good for storage. But also I will have to keep in mind that in about a month, because I think if I remember correctly, then in Estonia the best time to put down garlic into the ground is around the 10th of October. So I will be keeping a whole bunch back for that, because I want to continue at least with gardening my own garlic, because it's very fulfilling and it is also very easy to grow. Oh, this has gone bad. Yeah, this is like opened up and it's like not great. But I'm hoping that the majority of this will be good to use. Like the garlics that I have already eaten are like have been really good. Proper garlic flavor, strong flavor, and just, yes, I'm happy with them. Even though my gardening this year has been very haphazard, I should say. I haven't, like, it's caused me a lot of grief, because I see the garden in its not so optimal state, and I feel bad that I have lost that special interest of mine, and that has caused me to neglect the garden. And it's like, yeah, I just feel bad that I'm neglecting the garden, because it's like gardening is no longer my special interest. So the garden is overgrown and I feel bad about it, but I also do not have the motivation or energy to work on it much. I'm just hoping that before the snow comes, I can motivate myself to get rid of the weeds with some tool at least, and that I can then just cover everything with leaf mulch, and hopefully next year do something more low effort with the garden. Maybe like plant the majority of the garden with sunflowers or something, so that it's just something that grows for the whole season and isn't very hands-on. Yes. So this is my modest little garlic harvest. I am pretty happy with it, considering I didn't get any garlics last year because I kept them in the ground for too long and they just rotted away. So this year is definitely an improvement on that. However, it's not a very large amount. It's like definitely not enough for the whole family for the whole winter. So I'm thinking I might just want to put all of it or the majority of it down in the ground in October for like next year's garlic, because I mean it is more garlic than I put in the ground last year, because I didn't put a whole lot in the ground last year. But I would like to get more garlic because it is so easy to grow also. So it's like another like an idea to grow those low effort foods that is really appealing to me now that the gardening is not my current special interest, and like I don't want to spend as much time on gardening as I did last year and a couple of years ago. So I'm in two minds about whether I want to put down in the ground these specific garlics, or if I want to get new seed garlics from the fair next week, because next week is another one of my favorite fairs of the year, which is the Varnja fair. And Varnja is a village on the southwest edge of the Peipsi Lake, which is like the biggest lake in Estonia, bordering Russia, and and that fair happens at the same time as an event that sort of spans the entirety of eastern Estonia, which is called the Onion Road. And it's called the Onion Road because it is like very onion themed, because the eastern parts of Estonia is like where the tradition of growing onions is very strong, and it is like a tradition that is mostly carried by the old Russian villages that are like just the remnants of the Soviet era and before then even, and they are so good at growing excellent onions and garlics. And basically our favorite, like me and my mom have been going to the Onion Road for several years now, because it's all outdoors, so I feel okay going there COVID safety wise. But the favorite part of the fair of the Onion Road for us is the Varnja fair, which is like a part of the Onion Road, but it's like just this one village has its own fair at the same time. They still sell a lot of onions there, and we do, and that is the place where we buy the onions in bulk for the whole family for the whole winter, because it's just very special to know that, like, to have the onions that are like just so strong tasting from those little Russian villages. That is just, it's so special. I love those onions, and we just keep them either in the cellar or the garage for the winter, and take them the whole time. And I'm because and that is also where I got the seed garlic the last year. So I have like increased the amount of garlic in the world, which is great. But I also think that I want to ask the ladies that are selling their garlic how they get bigger bulbs, because I've sorted them by size, kind of, because you can see that I have a decent amount of large garlic bulbs, but I have a lot of these like tiny ones as well. So while I did cut the garlic scapes off, like the seed heads that they want to make, and I know that is like one thing that like makes the bulbs grow larger, but if you cut those off, but I'm wondering if maybe I should have fertilized them more. So I'm going to ask the ladies at the fair how they grow their large garlics, and hopefully I will gather some wisdom for myself. Yes. Like, country living. I love country living. So yes, prepping all this garlic for storage may not have been the thing that was needed if I'm going to put them all in the ground next month anyway. But maybe I will get new seed garlics from the fair, and we will eat the ones that I grew, because these are like extra special because I grew them. We'll see. We'll chat with my mom and decide, because us two are the ones who do the onion and garlic shenanigans in the autumn. Happy midday. I'm about to walk the chickens, and I realized something this morning that I don't know if Mocha has actually seen grass or like been on grass before. So I'm going to put her outside in the cage where we have like I have the broody jail cage free at the moment because Cardi B has stopped being broody. Yay! So I can put that cage out on grass and put Mocha inside that cage for the duration of the walk for the others, because I don't want to let Mocha loose for the first 2 weeks because she needs to learn where home is. But after that, for 2 weeks, I'm going to let her with the rest of the flock. But also I'm going to give her a haircut because she does have some feathers that are impeding her vision, and also it's really fun to be the hairdresser for chickens. Mocha really does not like to be picked up. She was very dramatic just now. Okay, let's look at your hair now. May I please? Can you please show me this side of your face a little bit more? Oh, look at you. You can see so well from this side now. Let's do this side too now, yeah. Show me that side again, please. Oops. I'm sorry, I didn't think you would pull on it. I'm sorry. That might have hurt a little bit. I'm sorry about that. She pulled on like while I was slowly scrunching the scissors, she pulled on it, so she might have pulled some feathers a little bit. So I just have to be quicker. But now you can see like a champ. Now you are so... Yeah, you're a visionary. My little baby. I'll put you outside now. I'll put you in here. Yeah. Have you seen grass before? You're okay. It's okay. I have been in a weird place mentally recently. And I think... Wait, how do I put this? So what I have been struggling with lately is that I know that I want to do some indigo dyeing with my yarn. I have wanted to do this for a long time. I have spent the entire summer growing indigo from seed to achieve this, but now when it's time to actually harvest the indigo and put it to ferment in the bucket, I find myself sort of reluctant to do so. Like, I don't understand what is up with my brain at the moment. Like, this... I don't know if I have this reluctance against harvesting the indigo because I have been sort of neglecting it, and it is not in like the best form. Like, it's sort of like some of it has dried because some ants have made a nest under it, and some of it is like just curled up with its leaves, so it wasn't happy with something, but I don't know with what, because it could be so many reasons. Or option B is maybe, I'm afraid to even like think it, but maybe my yarn special interest is like losing ground. Like, what if my special interest of yarn and dyeing yarn is coming to an end? And like, having special interests is one of the best parts of autism, of like me being autistic, because it allows me to get into something as a hobby so deeply, and it brings me so much joy that it is just amazing. But when a special interest runs out, it comes with so much grief. I mean, just as told you this summer, like the fact that gardening is no longer my special interest, but I still have the garden, and means that I have really been neglecting the garden, and it's been really causing me a lot of like disdain and sadness that it's not that this special interest of mine has stopped, and it's causing me to neglect the garden, which is like used to be such a source of joy for me. And if I lose this special interest in yarn, then there will be a period of time where I'm not going to have any special interest, and that is a really bad period, because that's like, it feels like depression. Like when you don't have anything that sparks as much joy as your special interest, then it's like I don't have anything going for me in life or something. It feels so deep. Like I feel the special interest so deeply. And so the indigo plants have just been withering, I don't know, drying in the greenhouse for a couple of weeks, even though I should have harvested them several weeks ago to start the process of indigo dyeing. But I don't know if I'm going to force myself to do it now that I have like sort of held myself accountable for the indigo neglect to you and YouTube. I don't know. Maybe I will do it right now. Yeah. I'm gonna force myself to do it, and that's not like a good thing to do when your special interest is running out, because like if you force it, then you're just going to make it go away faster. But I still want to get the results of the indigo dye. I still want to try out the dyeing. I just don't want to go into the greenhouse. It's like such a specific part of it that is being blocked in my brain at the moment. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. So I finally did it. I harvested most of my indigo, and as you can see, it's not in its most perfect state. There are some leaves that are like fresher looking, but mostly it is quite dry and just not at its prime. But yes, I can finally start the process of actually dyeing with indigo. So as I mentioned, the first step is fermentation. So I'm going to fill up this bucket with water from the well to just cover the tops of the plants, and then I will put like a rock or something, a rock or a brick onto the top of these plants so that they won't flow to the top, and then I will put the watery bucket into the sauna where it will ferment next to my mead, and hopefully that will not affect the fermentation of the mead. It's just the warmest place that I have in the house, even when the weather will turn colder, as it is promising to do in like a week-ish. So yes, I'll do that now. Today is just one of those days when farm life is rough. I just had to put down Boopsik. She's been on the way out for several weeks now, I think. She's just been getting slowly more and more sad and like more having less energy. But it's not like any of the diseases that I can determine and help out with healing. She's just been becoming more and more listless, and today was her last day. Because when I came to see them in the evening, she was like splayed out on the ground, drooling, breathing heavily. Like she was already on the way out, but I put her out of her misery for at least what few hours of suffering she had left. I probably should have done that sooner, but I didn't because she seemed so like happy to go outside and like walk with the others. She was just like a little bit more chill, so I didn't put her down earlier. Yeah. I kind of wish that like the rest of this video is just going to get morbid, so if you don't want to listen to that, then you can like switch off now. But just I wish that there were a faster, more painless way of putting down a chicken. Like the way that I've been doing it is that I put them in the kill cone and like which is like puts them there then like dangling head down, and I slice through their arteries in the neck so they bleed out. But that is not the fastest way to put them down, and I would like for there to be an easier, faster way. Like for example, I know that for sheep there is the like sort of gun that you use on their head first and then you bleed them out, and that is like seems more humane than just bleeding them out. But I don't know if that exists for chickens. I should probably look it up. Just like I'm guessing that's partially why I didn't put her down sooner. But yes, she's gone now, and I just buried her, and I hope that the foxes don't dig her up. And yeah, I will find joy in the other chickens again soon. Just today is a difficult day, and I know from experience that this sadness will pass pretty quickly. Just in the moment, it is quite difficult. So I will leave you off at that, and I hope next week will be better. Bye.